guys, welcome back. Today I've got something really special for you. We're heading to Paradise, not just to relax, although this is the perfect place for that, but instead to show you what might be the ultimate 15-pal breeding base, built entirely around the underrated features from the Tides of Terraria update. Now I know everyone's been busy fishing, but trust me, there's a lot more hidden under the surface of this update than just soggy shoes and sushi grade pals. So grab a drink with an umbrella in it, and let's take a tour of this self-sustaining, tropical-themed breeder's dream, featuring passive optimization, trust gains, pal surgery, yeah, really, and one very hardworking bro. This base is nestled on one of the brand new shipwrecked islands added with the Tides of Terraria update, and let me tell you, it's gorgeous. This whole base is built to feel like a mix between a resort and a secret science lab for pal genetics. We've got Japanese-style architecture, glass floors under the breeding pens so the natural beauty of the island still shows through, and even a little dock and fire pit set up between the breeding building and pal hospital. It doesn't do anything mechanically, but sometimes aesthetics really make it special, you know? The whole goal here is efficiency. This base has everything you need to breed the best possible team from scratch, and it's all done with just 15 pals. We're doing this for the players on official servers who just can't change their settings. 15 is the minimum to keep this base running effectively, but you can easily put more here. We've got pals from the Tides of Terraria update doing all the heavy lifting, except for the 3 ranch pals, and some serious quality of life upgrades from the update that frankly breeders haven't been talking about enough. Like the pal surgery table, which sounds intense, but it's basically your new best friend if you've ever been stuck with the wrong gender raid boss. You can use it to change gender or swap out passives, and yes, those passives pass right down through breeding. Amazing, right? Pair that with the new dimensional pal storage, support whistles, growth acceleration bells, and our secret MVP, Braloha, and you've got a serious breeding machine wrapped in a tropical vacation. Now let's meet the dream team running this entire operation. All 15 pals working in harmony like the world's weirdest, most adorable factory. Braloha, our MVP. He's got level 4 planting and level 4 gathering, making him amazing on farms. But his real power is in his partner skill, which shortens the time breeding pals take to lay eggs. That means faster cycles, faster hatching, and more pancakes per minute. He's basically a gentle plant dino who's wandered out of a meditation retreat and into your wheat field, and somehow ended up being the secret weapon of the entire breeding operation. Whaleaska. Now, technically, Whaleaska has been reassigned from cooling duty to watering full-time, and he's been thriving. This absolute unit blasts through the plantations so fast it's like they were never dry in the first place. Seriously, he finishes watering before most pals even notice the crops were thirsty. Whaleaska is kind of like the overachieving middle manager who wants to stay behind the scenes but ends up doing the entire group project solo anyway. Honestly, it's fun watching him work. It's not chaos, it's performance art. Next up is Gloopy, our mysterious little blob of elegance and side eyes. Officially, she's here to water, but let's be honest, Whaleaska snatches those jobs before she even blinks. So, these days, Gloopy mostly handles transport, gliding around like a goth Roomba with deeply mixed feelings about her career trajectory. Still, she looks fabulous doing it, and I'm not mad about the aesthetic. I have Cthulhu. This guy? Chaos Gremlin Supreme. I have Cthulhu is here solely to transport, and he does it with terrifying flair. When he picks something up, his iris peels open into a cage of teeth, and he carries the item right on his tongue, like a demonic Uber Eats driver from another dimension. He's packed with speed passives and zips around the base like he's chasing an intrusive thought. Gloopy helps out too. She brings the chill, he brings the frenzy. But when something has to get there fast, Aya Cthulhu's already halfway there. He may not be cute or cuddly, but he's definitely unforgettable. Whaleaska Ignis might not be flashy, but he is consistent. He's usually parked right at the oven, keeping the pancakes and cakes coming like a sweet pink kitchen ghost. Most of the time you'll find him floating peacefully alongside Gangler Ignis like they're co-hosting a cooking show nobody's watching. But that's fine by him. He doesn't race around the base like his water-type twin. He doesn't steal the spotlight. He just shows up, keeps the stove warm, and gets the job done. Every base needs a pal who doesn't cause chaos, and that's Whalealaska Ignis. Gangler Ignis. Now, this is a pal of many moods. When he's on the job, Gangler Ignis usually works the oven right alongside Whalealaska Ignis, a surprisingly chill duo for a literal demon and a bone crown. He's got serious don't talk to me till the cake is done energy. But off the clock, this guy becomes a whole different pal. Because without fail, if someone's lounging in the hot springs, it's Gangler Ignis. I have never seen another pal in there. Just Gangler Ignis living his best life. His resting face may say torment and flame, but his heart clearly says spa day. And Frost Plume. With level 2 cooling and level 1 gathering, she's our main cooler over at the refrigerated feed bin, and let's be real, we mostly chose her because she's absolutely stunning. If your cake ingredients must be chilled, they may as well be guarded by an ethereal ice queen with fabulous wings. She's elegant, efficient, and okay, yeah, a little bit of a diva, but we love that for her. Bigard, Mozzarina, and Chickapee are our ranch pals, and they make up the cake backbone. Honey, milk, and eggs on demand. Sweet, creamy, and full of utility. No notes. And finally, we've got 6 wildcard slots for your actual breeding pairs, which gives you the full flexibility without going over the 15 pal limit. Now, let's walk the base. Because of the PAL box range, the layout follows a circular pattern, but it keeps everything close together, intuitive, and I think it's actually extremely aesthetic in this point. Starting at the top of the circle, we have the breeding pens. We've got 3, backed by some seriously helpful infrastructure. A monitoring stand out front makes assigning pals to the breeding pens super fast and easy. The Anubis statues may be decorative in this case, but they're flanked by flame cauldrons, which both make the Anubis look majestic as well as buffing the fire pals. The water fountain looks gorgeous while boosting the watering pals, and close by is the large-scale oven. Although we only have 2 fire pals out, this will allow 4 pals to cook at the same time, and it really cranks out the cakes. And last, we have the refrigerated feed bin, which handles both pal feeding and storage of cake and pancake ingredients. Beside the breeding pens is the pal rest area, complete with fluffy pal beds so your crew can snuggle up between shifts. It's like a 5-star resort. I mean, if the resort required you to make cake and occasionally splice DNA, but don't do timeshares, people. Next is the ranch, where we've got the holy trinity of cake making: Chickapee for eggs, Mozzarina for milk, and Bigard for honey. Beside that is the hot springs, strategically placed with an amazing view to help these hardworking pals recover sanity while off the clock. Or if you ask Gangler Ignis, just vibe. But just past that is where things get spicy. Welcome to the Pal Hospital, run by yours truly, Dr. Az, and my assistant, Donk and Stein. He's not a licensed professional, but he does have glasses. Outside, we've got a pal medicine rack for easy access to healing, plus a flower bed that boosts crop growth. But step inside and it's a full-on clinic. Admittedly, the waiting room doesn't get used all that often, but that's because your appointment always starts on time at our clinic. Smooth and efficient here. Although they aren't included in this space, if anyone were working here, it would absolutely be Splatterina, scalpel in hand, and probably breaking at least 3 ethical guidelines before breakfast. And of course Lavander would strut in moments later, like a walking HR violation, flashing her signature smile before casually healing your wounds. Between them, you're either getting patched up or added to the parts bin. Inside the doctor office, we've got a PAL surgery table set up for advanced breeding mechanics, and a medieval medicine workbench tucked in the corner. High-tech healthcare on one side, homeopathic healing on the other. Now, let's pause on that PAL surgery table for a second. This thing is incredible. First, it lets you change a PAL's gender. Essential for breeding raid PALs where you only get 1 egg at a time. The odds of getting a matching pair are terrible, so this tool saves you from grinding the same boss 8 times just to get Bella a boyfriend. Second, passive replacement. The selection is somewhat limited, but passives do pass down through breeding, so being able to replace something like Unstable with Ferocious can completely change your pal's value in a bloodline. The table comes with a handful of passives included, and some of the better ones can be obtained from places like the Merchant at the Pal Arena. All your surgical goodies are stored here too, including pal reversers for the gender swaps, skill fruits, XP manuals, and applied technique manuals, growth acceleration bells. These little beauties give your pals an XP boost, kind of like the XP manuals. Support whistles, which temporarily increase a pal's damage while fighting beside you. Kinship peaches, which boost the new trust system. Yeah, that's a thing now. And a bunch of pal extracts and medicines for general glow-ups. This place is all about making your pals as strong as possible in every way. Honestly, if you're breeding without this stuff now, you're just playing on hard mode. But let's not linger too long. You'll never want to be on Splat's waiting list. Right next door, we've got the breeding facility. This is the breeding building. It's kind of the heart of the base and where we really spend most of our time while here. Inside, you'll find a pal essence condenser for distilling your base pals into lean, mean breeding machines. We always want our pals to be maxed at 4 stars, especially our base pals. Max efficiency is always my goal. We have a remote pal box right beside it, because grabbing, condensing, and redeploying base pals shouldn't feel like a relay race running back and forth to the pal box. Here you can pull them from the remote pal box, condense them, and just plop them right back out. Just tell them it was their break. A large-scale egg incubator, which is new from the Tides of Terraria update. It doesn't need electricity, so we're not losing a pal slot to an electric-type pal just to hatch eggs. We keep our egg timer off, so we just pop them in, hold the button, and get up to like 10 at a time. Either the large-scale incubator, electric or not, is an absolute must-have for mass breeders like us. If you're running more than 15 pals at your base, you can swap in the electric egg incubator, but for this setup, we're keeping it clean and capped. And lastly, the dimensional pal storage. Perfect for sharing breeding stock with your guild or just storing the 60 pals you just hatched until you're ready to condense them. And before we wrap it up, let's take a quick stroll past our wheat mill and the glass greenhouse farm. The wheat mill doesn't look like much, but it's the silent MVP that keeps our pancake and cake supply rolling. Literally. We choose to feed pancakes at this base because it's the best food we can make with the ingredients from the cake. We have it outside so the pals have plenty of room to do their thing. As for the greenhouse, it's all glass, open in the front, and just tall enough for Braloha's big leafy self to stretch without bumping the ceiling. He keeps things moving at the plantation with Alaska's speed watering, making this setup ridiculously efficient. No frills, no chaos, just honest work from our beachside veggie patch. And as our last stop, we have the dock. Yeah, the cute little one stretching out into the sea. You could call it a breeding break room or a vacation you never return from. Whatever you call it, it's a great way to end the day. It's got chairs, a Japanese fire pit, and absolutely zero productivity. I love it. So there you have it, a fully self-sustaining beachside breeding paradise packed with tropical vibes, elite pals, and underrated mechanics from the Tides of Terraria update. Whether you're trying to perfect passive inheritance, build a PvP-ready lineup, or just want to watch Braloha hustle in a sarong, this base has you covered. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button and sub for more Palworld tips, news, and tours. And if you want to see how to actually use the Essence Condenser like a pro, I've got a video linked in the description. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a chair by the fire pit with my name on it, and Braloha just brought snacks.